Nope.
From Atlanta, Fulton County.
Have but one objective.
And there's an exchange.
No drinks this time, huh?
No. This one's for you, Dad. We're doing this one sober.
You must be bored. Episode 8.
Yep, we're on number 8.
Yeah, I think we drank enough on the last one to cover this one, man, don't you think?
I was telling you, I think I'm still hungover from those. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, if you guys listen to those, thank you.
Yeah,
We-
much love.
Yeah, we owe you a lot.
We appreciate you. And we owe you a drink.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea. Buy a drink for our listeners.
Dude, we should shout out like where we're gonna be at a bar one night and let people come and say what's up.
That's a really good idea.
So,
I'm glad we got that.
We'll
on
figure that
record
out.
so
We'll
we
do
don't
that.
forget. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But
I'll probably still forget.
yeah, but I mean the last ones were crazy. We kind of just, and we were talking about this when we were starting this one. How like it was easy to talk about our past and
Yeah.
just reminisce and let it kind of flow. But it's been a little harder to just spitball new topics. But we've been listening to a lot of albums. We have a couple reviews out.
Yeah,
And we
check out
didn't-
our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
Russ and Logic. The
Yeah, they were
latest
good.
ones we did.
The latest vlogs are good too, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Showing us cooking up.
Oh yeah.
Chef
And
Garrett in the kitchen.
you guys didn't even hear the hook, so it's like
Yeah.
Just wait.
Wait till you hear it.
it's gonna be tight. We're gonna make a little babble song. Everyone's just gonna be able to babble on and just
For real.
it's gonna be cool. But
Yeah, back to albums, yeah.
I mean, we didn't necessarily want to review them again, but we just wanted to
Yeah.
talk about the concept of an album, right? Because
Yeah.
Logic was talking about that in an interview, and people were like, "What's this whole thing about your 4th album being your last album? Like, why was your approach to this album an album and not just dropping singles and touring off singles? Because people are doing that all fucking day."
Yeah.
But
Well, I feel like a lot of people, I mean, maybe this is just the people that I've talked to, but I feel like for the most part, like the general public doesn't listen to albums really.
not anymore.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just radio hits and singles.
But yeah,
and
well, when you're driving down the
features
freeway,
and-
if you're not listening to your iPod, you're listening to Top 20.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to your Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, you have to go out of your way to put an album on and listen to it all the way through. I mean, we've even talked about it trying to keep up with the music. It's like, dude, it's hard to listen to an album because it takes listening to it not once, like twice, maybe
Yeah.
3 times, especially something like Kendrick. Like, we didn't review Kendrick. It was a lot. It was a big
Yeah.
album. Like, there's a lot in that. And frankly, like, there's a lot of commentary in that we really can't relate to. Anyways, but it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like the idea of an album and stuff. And so even with Russ dropping 20 songs, it's like, bro, that's a lot. Like, we know 4 of them, but still 16 new songs, new hooks, new fucking verses, all this shit.
Yeah.
2, 3 hooks or verses a song, and he's the one that's doing it solely.
Yeah.
It's
I definitely understand. Like, I like singles. I love singles and I
Yeah.
love albums. I love both. I think it's just, yeah.
it's a way to promote now.
Different, yeah.
And that's what Logic did. He dropped dropped a couple songs before.
Yeah. I like the in-between. Like, you do
Yeah.
mixtape and some singles and an album. Because the album's almost like, it's like a movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you get to, and especially,
You'd tell a story.
yeah, and sitting down with someone, like, and even sharing, you don't even necessarily have to share the experience together, but sharing it together is awesome. I had a lot of fun doing the ones we did, and we do that anyways, you know?
Yeah.
But also,
Naturally, it's just more fun that way.
yeah,
Just listen to it with a homie and fucking
Exactly.
listen, have a drink. Yeah.
yeah. It's like a connection, even if you don't listen to it together, just even talking about it, like, it's like a connection
Yeah.
that you have with someone. Like, so, I mean, obviously, people like to relate to people, but
Well,
it's
'cause
almost
it's a narrative. It's like reading a book.
like, yeah, you share a connection with a piece of art, and then to know someone else that has that same connection to that art is
Well,
like
and then I
another
think-
connection between you guys, because
And then I think when you have-
we understand each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when you have an honest and real relationship, then that's where it's like, how did you, like, what was your reaction versus what was my reaction? And people have an infinite way that they react to things.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see someone else be moved in a different way from the piece of art, even though it's it's that one narrative.
Yeah.
But
And even I mean, comparing Logic and Russ, just because it's on our minds.
yeah.
Like, Logic has a more, if you compare to this album, it's like a story. He has a message he's trying to tell, and he's got like a theme to it all.
It's very
I guess
conceptual.
you could say Russ does too, in the sense that the theme is
Yeah.
do it myself, right? Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's not really a specific story. You know what I mean? It's not a specific
Yeah.
story that he's telling and like a thing he's trying to do. But they're still really good albums, like
Yeah.
as a whole, independent or whatever, separately.
Well,
Even
and then
though
it's
they're
like
doing different
Drake's
things.
latest one. Like,
Yeah.
would you call that an album? He's calling it a playlist, and so it's kind of, you know, it is. It's very much a concept thing now.
Yeah, that's true. Because I feel like when you hear album, you think like, oh, it's a whole piece. Like it's one thing.
Yeah, and I think it gives you more freedom to kind of like fluctuate your sound. Like Logic got deep.
Yeah.
Like he got pretty heavy into that. I mean, the song about suicide and stuff, it got kind of heavy. And I mean, it gives him that
that's a
freedom
song,
to do
yeah.
it.
That's true.
And it's a trip that even that's becoming a topic now, a conversation. Like the dialogue has been open. There's shows now that are very blatant about these topics and bullying and being pushed to that limit. And then there's, you know, obviously Logic's talking about it. He's trying to come from every which way he can when he's talking, when he's telling a story. He's trying to do it from, you know, a narrative that everyone or anyone can relate to, you know.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, and he does it well. Like, I felt emotional listening to that song. Like, it's just he does a good way of like
Yeah.
connecting to people.
yeah. And then when he flips it halfway through too to like give it that positive spin too, it
Yeah.
doesn't just like drown you in that.
That's sorrow.
He kind of like, yeah, kind of shows you can pick it up. But no, and then obviously you watched 13 Reasons. You kind of binged that with Carly.
Yeah, we knocked that out.
Yeah.
I was addicted.
I mean, as a show, like, I was talking to my sister. She watched maybe the first 3-4 episodes, and then
Mhm.
she stopped. And if you hadn't watched it and told me to keep watching it, and that you wanted to make it a topic and stuff, and something we could talk about, I probably would have done the same thing, just because it's like high school kids and stuff.
Yeah,
And
it is
that-
a little dramatic.
That's one of the
It is a lot.
controversies too, though, is that the characters in the show are high school kids, and like that's gonna be who can relate. So it's like it's kind of glamorizing the shit in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is why I think. While I was watching it, I saw like articles popping up, like some
Yeah.
saying for it, some against it, and I was like, whatever, like I'll just wait and see when I finish, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why that clip or the little, I don't know what you would call it, behind the scenes, I
Afterward or
guess. Yeah,
something.
after the show's done, it plays this next clip with like the producers and writers and actors who talk
Yeah.
about it. You watched it, you know.
It was like an interview and like testimonies or even,
Yeah.
not even
Just
that.
kind
It
of
was
what their
kinda more
mission
like-
was with it. They
Yeah.
kind of shared like the thoughts behind
Yeah.
why they made it, and I think it helped. It helped you understand. I mean, anytime you tell a story of suicide, there's gonna be someone
So
who might try and
sensitive.
glamorize it too. Like, I mean, you never know what impact, but that's not anyone's necessarily responsibility, I guess.
Yeah. No, but they did. You get a sense that they took it really seriously.
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
were shooting it.
definitely.
They had a lot of respect for the topic, but they also thought like this is something that we need to talk about. It's becoming a prevalent thing. One of the interesting facts that I learned though was that like they had multiple therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists and stuff on scene. So when they got to those super heavy scenes, and spoiler alert, but like, you know, when her mom finds her and when
Yeah, that's a scene, dude.
like, yeah, they
That one
had-
hit me.
I mean, that was very real. It felt very real. It
Yeah.
felt uncomfortably real, and the scene, the rape scene, it's just so fucking intense. And
Yeah, and they mentioned it. They wanted it to be. They wanted. You remember when we were talking
Yeah.
about it? That they said, make it uncomfortable, like in the script, like
it
show
said,
this.
hold
yeah.
on this shot for an uncomfortable amount of time. Like it said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
explicitly
it
in the script.
accomplished it.
That show was heavy, dude. But yeah, like I said, I think the cast is, they're older, but they're playing high school kids, and so
Mhm.
it's kind of like an adult's not necessarily going to relate with that unless they can relate, because
Maybe they relate with the parents though, you know, like the
Yeah.
parent side of the story, or the counselor, or even
that's
the
true.
principal.
the one
Like
you just didn't catch it.
the aspect of trying to cover it up, you
Well,
know.
that too. Or feeling
Because I didn't
like-
really pay attention. I saw those storylines, but you know the kids more related to mine because I was closer to their age. But
Yeah.
maybe adults would connect more to like the other shit that was going on.
That's true. Well, and if anything, it like, if you watch it as a parent or as an adult, it gives you a cue. So it's like, what if some girl says like, "Oh, I can kind of relate with that girl, the lead girl in that show," and you're like, "Oh fuck!" Like that's her calling out for help. Like literally, that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so it gives her a tool to like relate with and express herself and stuff. Whoever, a guy or a girl,
Yeah.
or whoever, there was a lot of people struggling in that show.
Yeah, that's what was cool that I thought they did with the show is that, you know, when you hear the story, you think like, oh, she's innocent, like whatever. And it's about how she's been wronged, but it's also about the way she went about things wrong too. Like, and they talk about that. They don't want her to be like innocent. Like, she played a part. Obviously, that's not to say she's alone to blame. Many people played a part, but there was also, as there was reasons to her suicide, there was reasons to other people the way they were as well. You know.
Yeah. And like she was unresponsive or not.
Yeah, it's
articulate
just,
or.
It just kind of brought a bigger picture to like everyone's in it. You know, like everyone's actions matter. It's not focused on one person or it's one big thing, and I think that's what they were trying to do, is just show. They just wanted you to see it and be like, okay, well, how do I process this? Like, just to kind of see it unfold without making specific statements about who did what wrong, and it was just kind of left open. I mean, and there wasn't even really like official ending, like, because the case was still, like, you know, like, you didn't get closure, and I think they left it that way because, like, you're just supposed to sit in it.
Well, I think they got signed for season 2, so I wonder where it's gonna pick up.
I'm curious about
I know,
that too.
well, you know where it picks up if you saw the last episode or like the last little bit of that episode.
Yeah, there's ways they can go about it, but it'd be a weird. It wouldn't be the same format, I don't think, because
it'd be so traumatic too. Because if what is coming, you know, the dude fucking looking at his chest and shit, and he's got like fully automatic rifles. It's gonna be a fucking school shooting, and it's gonna get intense. Yeah.
He's definitely packing heat. And that's another, I mean, I guess that's definitely not as common as suicide, but.
No.
But I wanted to ask you, so what about suicide? Like, is that something you've ever thought about? I mean, not like, I feel like there's two, when I was thinking about it personally, like, I feel like everyone kind of has that.
Of course.
What if I wasn't even here anymore, or what if I just left them, or what if I died, I killed myself? But then there's that, which I think most people have that thought, right?
That pity party.
Yeah, but then there's like the thought, like, I'm gonna buy razor blades, I'm gonna like try it, you know, like that's a whole nother like level.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I've ever been obviously to that stage where I'm like plotting how I'm gonna do it. But I've definitely had the pity party, like,
absolutely.
Why is it anyway? You know what I mean? Like, those kind of things. Like, well, I wish I wasn't even here. Or whatever. Like, you know, everyone has those dumb moments.
Or no, those, you're like, I wonder if they'd miss me if I was gone.
Yeah.
Kind of shit, but. No, I mean, I've taken it to, like, a little further extent than that. But I think it was just me kind of being curious and, like, in kind of some darker shit. Like, but I've, like, tried cutting myself. I just didn't understand what it was about,
I didn't know that.
A couple times, but it was just like, I don't know. But I mean, we did stupid shit in high school anyways.
Like the way to, remember that one chick?
Eraser burns and shit.
Remember the chick that, she did it, she's like vertical if you died, the horizontal or whatever. The one way is for just the pain and the
the other way is...
You didn't do that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, yeah, I know, I'm saying you weren't trying. But you, trying the pain thing just kind of?
Yeah, I guess. Well, you already know I have like a weird pain thing anyways.
Yeah.
I like... Yeah.
I
have a pain thing, so...
No, I understand.
A little pain-pleasure response.
That's crazy, though. I didn't know
I wonder if that's an emotional response or if that's, like, an actual physical thing that's, like, just chemically I'm wired differently than you.
Yeah, it's probably based on experiences and, like...
Well, it's probably accumulation of it all.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even notice one time. There's one story, not to get too intimate here, but... I realized, like, I had just dislocated my finger, and I was like, whatever, I was going to bed doing my thing, and I realized I was, like, pressing my finger against the bed, causing pain.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, like, what got me to that point, that climax, and it was just, like, and then it was all over, and I was like, fuck, my finger, and I realized that I'd just been, like, shoving it into the bed. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think... Like remember I was telling you about the ideogram thing that my friend just was telling me about? Like how people develop these ways when they're younger of survival and like, I don't know, just help. I mean, I feel like usually there's a reason behind most things about why people like have certain things. I mean, even obviously me as well, like, and I've been trying to think why those things are.
For us, they're more emotional responses, though.
Yeah,
it's more
definitely.
Like we react and we don't know why we reacted that way or something. But
so I wonder what that would be
natural.
Connected though.
But no, I mean I've never.
But never actually like wanting to actually just be like, I don't know.
Well, who made a big? Oh, it was Louis' new bit. right? He
Yeah.
talks about that. He's like, you could just not do anything. Just kill yourself.
He's
he
like,
just-
everyone here is, you woke up today and you're like, fuck, I'll do it again.
Fine. I'll do this one more round in it. And it's like, you can just not. You can just kill yourself.
Yeah.
It was just like so the way he says it, but that's where he's a genius at that nonchalantness and shit.
Yeah, which is, that's it. I'm glad you brought that up because that's really interesting. Is like why don't, like if your life is really shitty, like why don't we do that? And it's like weird that we do have like a sense of
The double trash bag. he's like if you have 2 windows of your car that are both trash bags because they've been broken out. He's like, I would just off myself.
yeah.
He's like, 1 trash bag's bag enough.
But we have this like sense of life is worth something, right? Like
Or something's gonna
regardless.
come. Or
Yeah.
And that's just how resilient the fucking human spirit is, and how like our need and primitive like want for survival is so ingrained into us. It's like there's no hope. Here you are, but there's always hope. But I guess that's what we're talking about, right? It's like, is there always hope?
I mean, I don't think there is. Sometimes there's
Damn.
not. Like I mean,
Yeah.
for who? I mean, what about starving people like on the streets? Like, I mean, I guess there is hope, right? If people help them out and get
That's
them
a
on
thing.
but,
It's like it takes an effort. It's not just like, yeah, it's the homeless dude that gets his haircut for free that feels like a different man and he
Yeah.
like can go get a job now. It's like
that's one dude.
Is that one
yeah.
small? It's so. It's like is that one small step that someone has to take? Small and less inconvenient than him just killing himself in some alley. It's like, think about that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking that small step seems like so much more. Dude, it's like, it's all about love. That's why we're all fucking here. Like,
Yeah.
the best thing that anyone ever experiences and feels, and the reason people are as evil as they ever are. All our fucking villains, Jesse and the Hurricane, talking about all these villains and shit. It's because they got their heart broken once.
Yeah, there's always some connecting.
It was because they were the
some
happiest they ever
brokenness.
fucking were, loving something and just putting their all into something, and then it just got taken away.
Yeah.
And it was like, so, just need a little more love.
Love.
So many more people will survive.
Dude,
For
and
real.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think sometimes the hope thing can like, it's if it's used in a sense like in a way to not deal with someone's problems, like if someone's talking to you, right? Like and they're trying to deal
Like
with their issues.
procrastination kind of style.
I mean, whatever the issue might be, like if someone say was like going through a really hard time in life and they're thinking about killing themselves and they're explaining to you that and you're like, well, it'll get better. Like that's just like like just have hope, and it's like, well, no, like you're not dealing with my actual issues.
Yeah.
You're just kind of giving me this fake thing. But if you actually deal with the issues and then like try and actually see where there is hope or like define hope for you in that situation, like or maybe you say, you know what, that situation just sucks. I feel like that can almost be more helpful because you're meeting the person there than just kind of like, it'll get better.
Well, I mean, that's
and
like...
then that could lead them to a more dangerous place because when it doesn't get better and it stays worse, then they're like, well, fuck it, I was right the first time. I should kill myself.
Yeah, it's true. Damn.
I don't know. I feel like that kind of positivity is almost like, it's just so fake that it's not really, like positivity can be bad sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's where it's just like you have to be a good communicator. You gotta be able to like empathize and sympathize. And
I'm in no way saying that like I do that well.
No,
I'm just saying, and I know that those are issues because I've done them, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
But
fuck.
Even bullying.
It's heavy.
What about bullying? Because I remember in high school, because I mean that kind of
get-
coincides with suicide or whatever. I remember there was this one time, and Carly was so mad at me for it. We were just walking to class, and I think someone tripped this guy, or he fell and ate shit, and I was just like, I was just busting up laughing, and she was so heated at me. She's like, how could you do that? But I was like, it was funny, but like. In my mind, I keep thinking like, oh yeah, it was funny. He fell. Like doesn't mean I think he's shitty.
Every day by that same dude.
So something like the show 13 Reasons was like kind of opening for me. Like, damn, wonder if something I did ever. I'm sure it did. Like, impacted someone wrongly or like.
Lighting my shit on fire and throwing it on his front porch, probably.
Yeah, the things we talk about in this podcast. I mean,
smashing someone's trash cans.
But that's the thing is, man, even with the show, like, sometimes it's like.
It is
we're
trivial.
human beings,
yeah, it's stupid.
and like,
it's like
we do things without thinking about the consequences, and then people sometimes take things. I don't know.
There's certain like
don't-
species of apes that kill other apes for entertainment. Like, you know, it just
Yeah.
happens. Like, well, I mean, it shouldn't.
Well, I
That's
know,
the
but
conversation, but it's like, yeah, and you kind of do need to be able to develop thick skin, and it's just hard though, because everyone comes in different shapes and sizes, and some people communicate way better than others. You know what's always on this fucking guy's mind? Oh God, why can't he shut the fuck up?
yeah,
And there's someone you can't even get anything out of them, and then something happens to them, and you're like, what the fuck? What? He wouldn't
Yeah.
tell anyone like that he was in this place or struggling with this, or
yeah. That's such a
I didn't-
weird place.
I didn't know he was
yeah.
like a fucking meth addict, or I didn't know he was using heroin. Like, what? He was so quiet. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, who fucking know? And everyone's so, we've talked about this too, everyone's so caught up in what they're thinking about. Like, everyone's thinking about what they're thinking about. No one's thinking about you, and that's part of, I guess, the depressing part of life. But one of the things they
Yeah.
talked about in that afterword was just like how chemically different, you know, developing adolescents are than grown adults. Like, we have the ability to have perspective and put it in this, like, all right, this is only for this amount of time, you know, like whatever the situation is, whether it's a confrontation or someone being a bully or something not going our way. It's like, all right, this is short term. Where it's like, when you're in fucking middle school and high school, I remember, because I was like, I liked girls, or something embarrassing happened, it felt like the whole world, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it took forever to get over something like that. Sometimes you couldn't even redeem yourself if you fucked up enough at school. Some kids, like, had just reputations from one moment, you know? It's like,
There's this
So
guy
it's
who
crazy.
shit his pants at outdoor science school in like 5th grade. And in
Joe
high-
Summers!
Yeah.
Dude, we were picking on him in high school about it. He started crying,
Dude,
dude.
it
We were
reminded
like
me-
juniors. He was so upset.
It
was
reminded
hilarious.
me of Superbad when he's like, why don't you go piss your pants again or whatever. He's like, dude, that was like
Like
7 years
grade.
ago or whatever. He's like, people don't forget.
But don't forget. That's so great. No, I remember that. He just
Yeah,
got
but
all whiny
for an
about
example,
it.
yeah, that's one right there.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't realize how emotionally reactive he was to that until he started crying. And we're like, dude, we're 17 and we're picking on him for pooping in his pants, and he's like 12 and he's like crying.
But so the thing is, I don't think that will ever
fuck.
change. Like, I think instead of trying to teach people to like accept everyone, right? And
It's
like,
accept yourself.
Yeah, and also don't give a shit. Like, we should be teaching people like, oh, they said that to you online.
Dude, we
Fuck
struggle with
them.
this every time we go to post
Yeah,
a freaking
exactly.
video. We're like,
And
"No,
instead
not
of
this
trying
one."
I think the thing that has been most helpful has been like, well, fuck it.
Now
Fuck
that
them.
we
I don't
and now
care
that we
what
have
they-
7 Up, it's like, all right,
Yeah,
we got to do number 8 now. We got to
Yeah.
do number 9. You know, it's like, yeah, no, it's a struggle, dude. It's a trip.
I think that would really. I mean, I don't even know how you would go about trying to. I mean, because that's innate in people. Is
No,
to,
you
to
teach
care
that in
about
school.
other
You
people.
teach that by not having a teacher. Shut up.
Yeah.
You can go to the bathroom now. Like, you do that by letting kids express themselves, be creative, like learn and being like, you know, interactive with other kids and stuff. It's like, you know, being 18 and having to ask to go to the bathroom until you're at that point, and then it's like, all right, now what are you doing for the rest of your life? You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a trip.
That is interesting.
How do you fucking expect that transition to happen naturally unless you're very fortunate and your parents just put you up and you go to college and you have this like experience where you drink and you experiment with your mind and your body and all this, you know, but most kids don't. Most kids 18, it's like they've already been working for 2 years just trying to make ends
Yeah.
meet, you know. But yeah, it's a trip. I mean, life ain't easy, dude. Life's a bitch.
Yeah.
But I think the quote I heard today that's like keeping me hungry is just like, don't complain about having a lot on your plate when your goal is to eat, when your goal is to like munch down. It's like, let's do it. Like, my plate's full, let's go. Let's eat. I'm hungry. Like, fortunate enough to be equipped with the tools to like keep putting one foot in front of the other, but yeah, I mean, it is a trip. Louis' topic that you brought up was a trip that like you see some people and you're like, damn, like what? How could you do that? But then you see other people who are on top of the world that like are like, this ain't it either. Boom, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain, like there's so many examples of that, like people like literally intentionally taking their life, like, nah, this ain't it either, and it's like, whoa.
That reminds me of, not to bring up Logic again, but the J. Cole's verses at the end of the album.
I need to listen to that verse again.
Dude, honestly, I almost want to say it's
Better
like
than
better
anything
than
else.
the album. like the Logic
like how
album,
kind of, like,
he gets real on in
Anonymous
those.
it is too.
He says something about like fuck acceptance from like he talks about how he lists like kind of the young rappers and how they worked for the throne.
Yeah.
And he's like, we worked to get there to realize that there is no throne and that none of this means anything. Like, and he's like, so fuck everything and accept yourself. Like, fuck trying to gain acceptance, which. Like I said, like the other thing is like it shouldn't be about trying to get like accepting everyone and get everyone to accept you. It should be about
Accepting yourself.
yeah, which is the hardest. I think that's like a lifelong challenge because once you get
that's
it
the
nailed
mission.
down as a single person or whatever, then you find someone you're dating. Then you have to find the way to accept yourself then, and then you get kids, and then you have to, like your life's gonna continue to go up and down, and
When you're so many different.
you're gonna find
yourself.
new shit you don't like about yourself
Yeah.
at every
That's a-
aspect of your life.
What was that quote? It was like a super sweet quote, but it was like the husband writing to his wife, like, I didn't marry one woman, I married
Oh, I saw
I married
that.
like the
yeah.
21-year-old that I married the 25-year-old mom, I married the 30-year-old mother of 3, I married the 50-year-old mother of 2 high school kids, I married the 60-year-old, and it was like this super sweet, like,
Yeah.
you get so many different forms of yourself. We're not the fucking same people we were. That's kind of why we feel like free to talk about and be as open as we are about our past, because it's like, obviously we wouldn't be as productive as we are.
No.
We work full-time jobs, we are creative, like, we couldn't be doing, like, and
Even stuff we were doing like a year and a half ago, like
Yeah,
stuff
that's
we
true.
talked about on the podcast, like we were slipping up for a little bit.
Yeah.
but
it's
it had
right.
its place. It had its place.
Yeah, and it's something that will always lighten my mood. It'll always like,
Yeah.
thank God I had that. Like,
Yeah.
I did get to just get outside myself for a second, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, there's some heavy stuff going on right now, but I think just kind of trying to find your light and like your love and your motivation and all of it is probably where you're gonna be healthier
Yeah.
than focusing on it or stuff you can't really control. That's, I think, the majority of it too. And that's what gets people into that place that they're actually willing to act. It's just like, they're like, I literally have this is the last bit of control that I have is making it stop.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's fucking scary.
And-
But let's make it a little lighter.
Well, I was gonna say actually one last
Lighten
thing
this shit up.
about the 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
So I feel like. What do you think when it comes to? So I feel like the show weighed a lot. I mean, it did the parents and the school, but like, should the school even be playing that kind of role? Like, shouldn't that be
Well, the school
parents
didn't play
more?
a lot of a role.
Well, I mean,
other
in the
than
sense
the
that they
defending-
tried to.
Well, that's
I guess the counselor. Okay, so like she went into the counselor, right? But like I would have never have thought to talk to my counselor about that at school, in high school. Like to me, he did my schedule, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a relationship. I feel like it's more the responsibility of a parent, like to nurture their child, to help them through what they're. I mean, and it's really hard, especially nowadays, to be that involved in your child's life because life is so crazy. But I think that's
Yeah.
the goal of a parent, right? And I don't know. I don't even know if the school. I don't know. Should the school be involved in that kind of stuff? Like.
Dude, in this day and age, you spend more time at school than you do at home in your
That is
waking
true.
life. And so it's kind of like, yeah.
But then how?
they
So
should be.
how can the count? Because I
But the
they
scary
have
thing
so
is,
many kids.
like
that how
anything
can they have
else,
a
like
personal relationship.
police corruption and shit, it's like once it becomes its own entity, then
Yeah.
all it focuses on is its survival, and it becomes not just one person, it becomes this mass of people. So then it immediately, like, the parents couldn't even get support or response or anything from
Then-
the school
then it
because
was the
like,
lawyers.
It's
The
like there's a
lawyers were
lawsuit now.
involved. Yeah.
Now no one can say anything to anyone. It's like, dude, if I'm handing you my kid for 8 hours a day and you're gonna mold him and be the primary thinking moments of his waking day, you better fucking be aware of what's happening. If he tells you he's not feeling well and he's pissed off and he has no one to turn to, dude, the counselor didn't even pick up the phone and
Yeah.
call the parent. Like, there was
Yeah.
no communication going on.
See-
the counselor was caught up in his own bullshit. Like, the story is crazy because there's so many people at fault. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Well, you just realize that everyone dealing with the situation is human too. Like,
yeah,
so
everyone's
it's like
faulty.
as messed up as that person is, the counselor that's supposed to help that person is probably just as messed up. Like, and puts on a front because he's a
And
counselor.
who knows
you know,
how he
like-
walks into that school every day? He could have
Yeah.
just walked out of a crazy tense house or whatever and got a speeding ticket on the way, and he's just like, I'm not having it today. And that was the day that she was like, I need help, and he's just like, you know what, not today.
That's a trip because like
It's scary.
I never even like when
Makes
you
you
think
wanna-
about having kids too, like I would never even think to like try and know more about the school. I don't know, like I guess that might be a normal thought for a parent. Obviously, I'm not a parent, so I don't
Well, and that's
know,
where as a
but, like,
kid you're like, I don't want that mom that's always around that's like questioning everything.
Yeah, then that kid's
you
a
don't want
loser.
that. Yeah, you don't want that mom that's over involved in like living your life through,
Yeah.
or her life through you, kind of thing. But
But at the same time, how do they involve themselves without not being that parent? You know what I mean?
it's two ways. I think it should be, but we're not even there, dude. We're 25. We're not even
Yeah.
fucking in school anymore. Thank God we got through that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really get bullied.
I mean, people would pick on like me and Eddie, like saying we're dumb and stupid, like
They did have you guys, but
Yeah,
not, like-
not. And we didn't care anyway, so it was like, oh, that was our thing. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
make fun of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're fucking dumb. Like, so we were into it.
Well, the people you wanted to like you liked you.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like you didn't have friends, and every time you turned around, it was like, "Get out of here, stupid."
Yeah.
It's just like,
I don't really. I'm trying to think.
you guys
of,
played to that.
Oh,
for a
there
while.
was. Do you remember in middle school? I don't know what his name. Oh, you didn't go to McAuliffe. We went to different middle schools.
Mhm.
Some kid brought a butcher knife.
What?
He didn't do anything. Like
Holy
he just had it in his bag, and he was
He had a
by
list of
high school
people-
standards. He was weird, you know.
List
Like
of
he had a
kids to
list, but I don't know. I don't think they ever said who was on it.
That'd be scary as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I don't
but-
want to know.
Yeah.
I'd fucking bring a bat and beat this fool.
He had a butcher knife, and they pulled him out of class, and he got like I don't know if he got expelled. I don't know what happened.
He got.
But I hope he got
Pregnant.
help.
He got
See, that's
pregnant.
the thing is like, oh, you messed up, get out of our school.
He got
It's like,
put in a
well, what
padded
about
room.
like? I don't know, dude. A society is so weird. Like how to run this and like the society and make it well, and just thinking about all that is crazy.
Where's the spectrum of crazy, really? I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't control what the fuck I'm thinking about. Gotta like hush that dude that's thinking about what you're thinking about.
Later.
That's why we smoke.
Damn.
But yeah, no, that was a good one.
But
I mean,
the show,
San Diego's
the show
coming
was
up.
good. Yeah.
I'm stoked. We're getting
Yeah, let's
amped.
get on a better level.
I'm down. Like, it's gonna be exciting. I think a couple of us are gonna try to interview Brewfish. Obviously, a couple of us are gonna be behind the camera doing other stuff. But
Yeah.
we're gonna record a bunch of shit. Get a bunch of YMBB done. Try to get a couple Jessies done. A couple Jesse and the Hurricanes. A couple Chalking It Ups.
An NSD video maybe. Justin.
We're
some
vlogging
art
the whole-
inspiration
Yeah.
vlog. Stay tuned because there's gonna be a lot of YouTube content, SoundCloud content.
Yep.
Follow our. We made an Instagram profile.
For the collective, yeah.
Yeah, for all our shit. Babylon Creations. Everything's Babylon Creations. Our Facebook page. And yeah, let us know. We want to get the comment section popping, hopefully.
hell
So
yeah.
let us know what you think about suicide. Are we
Oh, we
stupid?
should have rocked a hat, but we got some swag. If you guys want
Oh.
swag, just let us know.
Oh yeah. We got the
were
dad
thinking about
hats.
making some dad hats. And
Dad hats on deck. We can
if
do
a couple
anything.
people would rock them. We
Yeah.
can make them. Fucking send them.
Let us know. Let us know about what you think about hats. What you think about suicide. Think about bullying. 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah,
Let
but
us know,
don't,
man.
Don't bully.
Don't bully us though in the comments. Actually, fuck it, bully us.
We can take it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Instead of bullying other people who won't be able to take it, like Hannah,
Yeah. We'll be your punching
throw it
bag.
on us. Yeah.
We'll be your punching bag.
Throw it on us. We'll take it.
Cool.
I mean, we'll act like we take it, and secretly we'll probably have conversations where we feel very insecure. But
that happens anyway.
yeah, we're already doing
We're
that.
fine.
So bring it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Later.
Later.